Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Roxanne, and this is Daily Rambles. Today we're doing Season 5, Episode 6 of The Flash called The Icicle Cometh. So we start off with Raylene, who is a metahuman, gets coffee, and the cicada attacks her. She manages to stab him, because she has like razor arms. But the lightning bolt attacked her, and I think offed her. Then we cut to where Cisco talks about the satellites being online and that his hands are full of direct matter, which was in one of the cores of the satellite that crashed. So the team agrees to split up to try to find the core, and then we cut to where Nora goes with Iris and Sherlock Wells. And so that leaves Caitlin and Barry and Cisco by themselves. So we found out that Barry found Caitlin's dad, so they're going to go to that location. They start off with Cecile offers to help Ralph, or forces herself to help Ralph, like interjects herself because Joe was busy. And basically, we cut to where Caitlin, Cisco, and Barry are at the North Pole and at the facility, and they phase through the building. So Caitlin is very nervous, but the dad is still alive. And he goes, then we have a Victor Freeze mentioned in there. So that was interesting to hear. And they knows who Barry and Cisco are because basically Wells gave him an uplink to the satellite, to Star Labs, but it was like on like a one way, so he couldn't really talk to them. And talks about what he did, like he would be in quiet sometimes for stretches of time and all this type of stuff. So yeah. Then we have Cecile and Ralph at that location, and Cecile is starting to act silly and not really being intimidating at all. Because she was super intimidating to Ralph, like no problem. And then we cut to where Caitlin and the dad go for a walk after because they breach him back to Star Labs. Cisco has his doubts about the whole thing. And then we have Nora and ours try to work together, but it's not going too well. Because, ours kind of does her own thing and doesn't really think about, bringing in other people. So Nora just kind of wants to bond with Iris. And then we cut to where Caitlin and Dad are going for a walk still. But the dad seized up and slash freezing up. And then we cut to where basically Caitlin ran some tests and he has icy malignant, which means basically he had ALS, but he managed to cure it with the icy treatments, but it's creating like an ice cancer, I want to say, or something weird like that. So the dad used cryogenic treatment when she was young because she also has a gene for ALS. So that's why she has Killer Frost. So then we cut to where Cisco is concerned, but moves forward with the serum because apparently there's some type of ray you can use that will get you to absolute zero. So we cut to where the nurse talks to Cicada, and basically he's badly hurt, but he does not want her help, and tells her to you focus on my daughter and leave me be, and move or else. And so he leaves, and then we cut to where Cecile and Ralph talk, and basically she's starting to put two and two together, basically, because she's like more like an empath now. She's not really a mind reader. So she was playing off what he was feeling, but she didn't know that at the time. So she started to realize that the guy at the FEMA center, because they were going on to check on names and stuff, but the guy wouldn't give information. But anyway, she was giving off the feelings that he was giving off. And then she started, oh, wait, that's right, I'm an empath now. So it took her a second to get that sorted out. Then we found out that the satellite core is in the water. And then we have Cisco back at he basically breached back to the lab. And then vibes. And then sees a bunch of stuff. And then so Cisco confronts him about it. About skin grafts. And basically he had to improve his face and his arms and stuff because his condition worsened. So Caitlyn believes her dad, but does not believe Cisco. Then Cisco tries to get Barry to see his side, and he kind of does get him on his side. Then we cut to where Cecile goes back to confront the guy, and he finally gets information because he has a Lambo and he works at a FEMA center. It turns out he's been stealing insurance from all the people, which is so messed up. Then we cut to where Cicada is in a lot of pain and passes out on the floor. Then we got to where Barry has doubts too, and so he starts to voice that to Caitlyn. Then Caitlyn puts two and two together, and basically he changes into the Icicle and basically knocks him out and takes the serum and leaves. Then Caitlyn starts playing the blame game with herself because she's the one that had to go find him. And then we go to the location where the machine is to create absolute zero because that's how he can inject the serum, and that could permanently erase the human side of Caitlyn's dad and just be the metahuman guy who has a nasty personality. And then we cut to basically everyone wakes up, and so let's see, they go to a location and everyone is freezing so hard, like they're almost icicles, but Caitlyn is fine. And then we hit absolute zero, and then as the dad or icicle is about to off all of her friends, Killer Frost is back and literally zaps him. They have like a huge, this big fight, which is actually pretty cool to watch. Then her dad momentarily appeared for just like a brief second, and that was it. And then he escapes and he's off the grid, and we find out that DeVoe used a mental block on Caitlyn and not a power removing one. So then we cut to where Cisco gets her in like a mental inhibitor, and so her and Killer Frost can talk and actually communicate to each other. So they do. Then we cut to where Nora and ours found the core, and basically see the lightning bolt shard is missing. And then we cut to where they found Cicada's daughter. So that's the ones that was like injured. And then so the nurse found Cicada, but he says, "Don't treat me, I'm getting stronger." And that's the end of the episode. Crazy episode. I actually really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm give this a strong A plus. It was really good, and I really enjoyed it. Just everything about the episode, you get to see Killer Frost's backstory and the whole dad's backstory, and how he's evil now, and that whole thing. So that was really interesting to see. And what else? The Victor Freeze mentioned that's gonna be crazy. He actually pops up in the TV shows. That's gonna be really interesting if that does happen. So I'm super excited about it, and I cannot wait from 2 weeks to now or 3 weeks from now, whenever the crossover happens, like December 10th or something. So anyway, that's gonna be really cool to watch. Anyway, it was a really good episode. I did like the little fight scene they had towards the end between Caitlyn and her dad and that whole thing. So that's gonna be really interesting to see how that further unfolds. I'm super excited for it, and that's going to do it for this episode. If you like this video, please go to like, comment down below, tell what you think of it. Do you agree, disagree? Just send your all thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, everybody.